Hello, greetings. This is me again, Sarah Jawad on YouTube, Truth Seeker Ex-Shia 1 and 2. Two channels I have. And so from now continuing from the last video uploaded on the social media, YouTube and Facebook. What is this? I'm now, for some moment, this is also very important, whatever it is, for we are truth seekers, and we have left our religion, seeing that it did not guide us, and something was missing, seeing the discrepancies in the Quran. Not only us did it not guide and help, but others, and then we say, God testing us, Quran eye sitting on us. Sorry, excuse me, I just opened something. God's ayats hitting us, Allah's ayats in the Quran, that God tests, and you say you believe but that you will not be tested. We don't even know which position we have reached, whether we have even reached from Muslim to being believers in Allah and His Messenger and the message. So these Quran ayats hitting us, and so we have to, they say, remain patient. You are guided, but you don't know, and always be thankful and praise Allah in whatever circumstances you are put in. So now please leave all that aside for some time. All that, those Quran ayats which come in you, and you want to say, oh, but Zahra, why not keep patient in God and endure? This is a test of life. God has say in the Quran and all this, and what, even as a Shia, you know what Al-Bayt went through to protect humanity, guard, and lead them to the true path, the one and only path of Allah and His Messenger. Straight path, huh? So have you followed if you have, I've had this case of mine, Yazid versus Hussein, Hussein versus Yazid. Put like that, I don't exactly remember how I put the title. Now you remember Yazid was of a Christian mother, not a questionable mother. Remember that if I fail to mention in the end when I mention something. And I check Wikipedia and I make some mistake, maybe that Muhammad saddened, Rasulullah saddened, maybe not from the Surah Hud, but Furqan, not from Surah Anam, sorry. So that mistake I make, but so I correct myself, right? And I also very saddened. Anyways, the point here is that that verse that I mention again and again, saddened in my previous video, could be from Surah Furqan and not the one Surah I mentioned, Surah Anam or Surah Hud. And I make these little mistakes, but I correct myself. Big, little, but not big enough to destroy your life and mislead you. All right? To no extent. And the time is on my side. All the time I salute you. Even Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji said that a post from him. He shared the post some years back. Time, I salute you. So I'm working against time to tell you, very eager, right? My case open, Umayyad. You can put it like Hashemites versus Umayyads and all this. Now when we come to this, that I have come to Mobila, I check the foreigner side, Wikipedia, all side. They don't give, Wiki Shia don't give, although I don't check other Shia sources, but they don't give what occurs in Arabic, meaning that you cut off the water. I only read here now, right? So if I check Wiki Shia, it will be that they don't give this, like what is a curse. like the Wikipedia here gave, international, whatever you may call it, right? So water being cut, and why Yazid telling his army, or Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad saying, cut off the water, whoever commanded in Karbala at the time, against Imam Hussein and his children. So you remember here Wikipedia on live stream, you may not remember my Facebook yesterday, but I read here that children, or where I read, in Wikipedia or Ex-Shia, I read the two on mobile. So what happened is, I read somewhere in the note section or somewhere, I'm not coming across now, that you see when they come with children, when Muhammad tell them, the Christian of Najran, they stop because they don't want to put a curse on even the liar. Difference of religion, opinion, belief. No, this is not difference of opinion. This is difference of belief, faith. So since Muhammad bring Hussein and we are told he in Muhammad's arm, what happening if Muhammad put a curse on the Christian? As he is truthfully say, he bring his family. And when he bring his family, Christians shaking, like, no, we don't want to. They shy off. They have cold feet. And how could he bringing his family? But they feel they know their Bible and they true in their belief. Excuse me. Okay, sorry, I have a throat little problem. I might be coughing a lot. Sorry about this, but the show must go on. I'm very eager to tell you what is coming now and what I read in Wikipedia on mobile, that Muhammad bringing infant Imam Hussein, like how many months old or years old, we are not told. I did not read in detail about that, but he carried Imam Hussein in his arm. Now you see what the Wikipedia Mubahala bring to my attention, thanks to it, is that what this? If the Christians wrong and they did not plead with Muhammad that leave us alone, we cannot, let's just make peace without the curse thing, and we pay you tribute jizya. But what if Muhammad had not agreed to that too? What happened? Christians' children, sons, okay, Quran ayat say sons, but thanks to Wikipedia, like this infant old, what happened? The whole burn, whole perish. Some say burn. You see here, children perish, Christian children perish. You remember Yazid's, who now Yazid's mother at the time of Karbala, a Christian lady. And what this curse? It destroyed children, not regardless of their months, days old. Christian children, all it destroy if Muhammad is true. And they get scared at that time. Or I don't know what it is, but from what I'm getting, I'm seeping through and trying to see why this madness from Yazid against Imam Hussein, the Prophet's grandson. According to this verse in Al Imran, Mubahala verse. You see madness? What I see? You see what I see? So for a moment, just leave your Shia Islam and examine this since Wikipedia, like how my mind go. Where my mind go? What mobila? What curse? Event of mobila? No, concept. Wikipedia, thank you. Ex-Shia not give us, but if mercy of Allah, and you have a curse, meaning what? Your water, your children 1 day old not getting water. What? 1 hour old. All Christian destroy children. This is what the Wikipedia bring to my attention, but I can't find that part here. But what I found, concept, al-mubahala is derived from the Arabic word bahla, literally Arabic in brackets, literally curse. With bahala, Arabic, being a root verb, which means to curse. Okay? Al-bahal, Arabic, literal, the curse, is also used to mean a scarcity of water. Your water source is gone. That's it. Your source, your first water. Now you get it. Now it's making sense. What this curse, where it go, what the mercy of Allah and what curse of Allah is. You know, it deprived children, Christian children of water. If Muhammad true, all Najran, what they say here? I not to say here, they say. What do they say? So you see, Bahal. And we say Ab. Ab is water. It's a curse. Al-Bahal, literally the curse, is also used to mean, also there's another, like Arabic words, one meaning from root meaning that's coming out. To deprive, that scarcity of water, that's the source of your life, like sun is the source of your life and water. Very, very important. Okay, food, shelter coming later, but what you call that? Essential for survival, for children also. Okay, they're getting mother's milk and all this. If 1 year old, okay, they don't want water. I wonder what happening. In the Quran, al-Mubahala, invocation of God's curse was mentioned as a decisive solution to the dispute over Jesus between the Christians. Okay, Allah ordered Muhammad to call on the Christians to invoke God's curse. In bracket, Mubahala verse 3 dot, meaning I think Surah Al Imran, this is how they put it here, verse 61. Upon those who are intentionally unjust in their claim in order to determine who was telling the truth. You see, another point coming to me. You know what? That when Muhammad in Quran say that Christian Jews destroyed the book, what if he's stealing like Muhammadan name coming from Solomon? Beloved. Because there are some maybe Christian prince pointing out in one video, or maybe Christian prince, lot of knowledge, he opening hadiths like, he's like a very big encyclopedia, really, truly, in this. So that somewhere the hadith showing that Muhammad, not Rasulullah's real name. We don't know where it come from, but that some other name with a K or something is real name. In some hadith, like some hidden hadith somewhere, they bring to our attention on YouTube. And like that, and then Imams also stealing from Greek, Roman, Alexandria library. I thinking like this. I just putting a point forth. Now, so when in Karbala, and children, Ali Asghar, now Imam Hussein taking Ali Asghar, 6 months old, Yazid's army not heeding. Yet in other ways, Yazid not only snatching the veil off, but not raping or sleeping or even taking them as what Quran say, your right hands possess. Take those captives. But my father, every Shia saying that no, they are at least Muslims, but hypocrites. Hypocrites, do you say the worst? They like animal. I ask, why they not attack 72 of them? They are in thousands. How many? Whatever. Some say 10,000. Yazid's army. You see, some laws, rules of war, they abide by, right? And they not take Rasulullah's or even Hussein's wives, many wives there. And I feel all cooperate so well because, Rasulullah. So I also cooperate as a Muslim. And if someone in danger or someone want their honor, I tell my husband say, yes, I want to marry, help her. Okay. I say I compromising, bearing patiently, because God knows when heart. On one hand, we say don't use the heart for marriage, but anyways, whatever majburi, helplessness, the lady cannot find another husband Muslim, and my husband Shia, we want to help her, widow, and so anyways, I don't get it, but I contemplate like this, I don't get how, there are other Muslims also can help. Anyhow, what 4 or 5, what am I? So I forgot my point now. On this very, very important point, sometimes I forget and I lose my video. But the Christian prince, very good. He not forget a thing to mention. So please listen to him. But not even Christian. But Yazid's mother, Christian lady. Why? Not to stop Yazid. This hypocrite Umayyad Muslim. Do you see this? And another. So this, please bring to your attention what this curse mean on the Christians of Najran. That Muhammad was called by his Allah to tell them to invoke. In a year, their whole family, children destroyed. Now they're giving me Wikipedia from international side or what side? What this word derived? Mobile or what curse? Scarcity of water. And perhaps scarcity of food, everything, shelter, everything. Moreover about Mubala, the verse. First he mentions this verse, bringing to my attention where I read from. Maybe this Wikipedia and not Ex-Shia. No, maybe Ex-Shia. About this verse, first it mentioned, it remind me, my goodness, background. No, Shia gave me indeed the example of Jesus. No. Now whoever disputes with you, O Prophet, concerning Jesus, after full knowledge has come to you, say, come, let us invite our children and your children. Children first. Who more important? Child. Our women second, Fatima. Because only Fatima, Prophet Muhammad, Allah say, take Fatima, they say. Our women and your women, ourselves and yourselves. And Ali, not the son of Prophet Muhammad. Here Prophet Muhammad gets stuck. Then they say, Ali, he take. And so he nuffs of Prophet Muhammad, because here they say ourselves. Like 2 in 1. 2 in 1. Ali and Prophet Muhammad. 2 in 1. Then let us sincerely invoke Allah's curse upon the lives. What Muhammad do to Bani Qurayza? Now it's making sense. Why Yazid go crazy? Because there, he going crazy with Najran. You see? Wait. And what did it say? So Shia Wikipedia, Wikishia, where I open, I can't find it which it bring to my attention. Who more important? Why they bring children first? Come, let us invite our children without adult. I mean, for God's sake, this crazy stuff. And women, children, and men, selves, destroyed. Even it mentions soul. You cannot imagine what a curse can do to your soul, nafs. Meaning your spirit, broken. Modern Edom al-Mubala. Where did it mention here? Islamic notice. I read, and now I've imprecatory psalms, curse. Notes. Being divine and son of God, the claim Isa was God and the son of God, and one of the 3 persons of God. See, I write about that verse in the Quran. It's wrong. They should have put like this here. They have put in Wikipedia under notes. Family members involved according to Islamic theological perspective, and family members are included, the process becomes more effective. Traditionally it was uncommon for a mubahala to include family members. Why Prophet Muhammad bring, if he now false prophet to me in my eyes and in my reasoning and discrepancies in the Quran ayats, what he doing? So the Prophet ... said ... and the year would not have ended for all the Christians, but they would have perished. If Muhammad is truthful, then Allah will destroy the liars by the end of the year. D. E. I read C. Sorry, a very bad at B. Under note section, Wikipedia, Mubahala. The text of the said letter runs as follows. In the name, the Lord of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, ... I invite you all to worship God instead of worshipping his creatures, so that you may come out of the guardianship of the creatures of Allah, guardianship of creatures of Allah. What the believers, verse in the Quran, guardians one of another. What Muslim believers? Guardianship. And whose guardianship are we under now? Allah's or Prophet Muhammad's? In both. Please. That you guide them. Allah sent the man to guide us. But on one hand he's saying, come out of guardianship of the creatures of Allah. But he himself a guardian. And closer to the believers than their own selves. Surah Zafars. And they take place under the guardianship of Allah himself, ... 13 is the citation. Zain Sami Atif Maham 1379 Muhammad al-Madina in Persian, translated by Masood Ansari, Tehran Jami, PPP, pages I think 1091 to 1103, or paragraphs, I don't know, pages maybe. It was uncommon for Mubala to include families of the parties involved, but when included, the family causes the process to become more effective. This again saying, he addressed J, under notes I'm reading Wikipedia. He addressed his people saying, by Allah, you are all aware, O Christians, that Muhammad is a prophet sent by Allah. Whenever nation. But why? So wait a minute. Elders have perished. The youngsters have died. Wait, yes, very important this point. So this people, this Christian, he get up and he addressed, or get up, whatever. He addressed his people, his Christians, saying, by Allah, you are well aware of Christians that Muhammad is a prophet sent by Allah. They're just kidding. And that he has brought, because they didn't come, so they paid jizya, right? Remember that. So they just try to, this thing, patronize. Just kidding. Just use taqiyya because he's killing them. He would have burnt their whole, probably. Like, where my mind go? Why Yazid's army burned the tents and all this? I don't know. I really, disclaimer. Listen to this. Please. I reading J, notes number, letter. He addressed his people saying, by Allah, you are well aware, O Christians, that Muhammad is the prophet sent by Allah, and that he has brought to you the decisive word about your companion, Isa. By Allah, whenever a nation has entered into imprecation with the prophet, their elders have perished, and their youngsters have died. And if you do it, we shall perish. We shall surely perish. But if you turn down for the love of your religion and want to remain on what you have at present, then make peace with the man and go back to your towns. You see my tone turning. Zain Sami Atif, 1379. Muhammad's citation. But I read this before. But, he trying to, them. If you turn down for the love of your religion, it may not be true, but since, you love your religion and want to remain on what you have at present, Muhammad listening to this, then make peace. Very diplomatic, you see. This is how you have to work with this false prophet, Muhammad. He killing what he say here? Their elders, by Allah. He say by Allah. Whenever a nation has entered into imprecation with the prophet, their elders have perished and their youngsters have died. You see? Very diplomatic. And if you do it, we shall surely perish. He's saying he put himself also in it. So do not get it. Well, but you see my people, Muhammad, they love their religion. We will pay you tribute, jizya, if you agree to it. For the love of your religion. If you turn down for the love of your religion and want to remain on what you have at present, then make peace with the man and go back to your towns. Okay? Then K, C, Surat al-Nabi. Then I, oh, it's not important. M, Ibn al-Qaim. What have you done? If Muhammad is a prophet, this is, I think, Ibn al-Qaim says, and he invokes Allah. What? They didn't do anything. They were called to do this. What have you done? If Muhammad is a prophet. But he himself not, maybe he become, I don't know, invokes Allah against you. He invokes Allah against you. Allah would never anger him by not answering his prayers. If, on the other hand, he is a king and he were to prevail over you, now he has become a king, he has power, he would never spare you. See Jami al-Bayan, see Jami al-Bayan, not volume, this 6, page 478. Sorry, having trouble reading Roman numeral numbers. See Gordon Nickel. We will make peace with you, the Christians of Najari, in Muqatir's tafsir. Okay, all this coming, skipping the earliest Muslim sources of a diversity of details discussion. Mumbai challenge Najran Christians. In Ibn Ishaq, the leader of Christians, is convinced of Muhammad's prophethood. No, just diplomatically. I just put in my personal note here, and thus advises the delegation that cursing Muhammad's would be disastrous. Muqatil's leader simply says that Surat al-Nabi, in Muqatil, the leader simply says that in any scenario, cursing Muhammad would be disastrous. Tafsir, in any scenario. What? In any scenario. Tafsir, oh, this giving out some secret. Oh, tragic. And also, like it putting Amir al-Shabi and the Christian of initially accepted Mubahala challenge. They should, if they don't accept, then Muhammad saying they don't want to even listen to me. Right? I'm reading these notes. But what can they do? So they say, what have you done? One leader probably, he reprimanding his Christians like under dissimulation, taqiyya, diplomatic. Because this mad person going after them, in any way they will be. So they pay him a tribute. But he also, what have you done? Like, if some sheikh coming after my brother is saying, oh, I know sheikh or some leader, wrong. So what are you doing? Keep quiet, this, that. What have you done? Like that, right? You understand what I mean? The earliest Muslim, because I don't know if the Tabaritan tradition indicates ambivalence. According to Amir al-Shabi, the Christians of Najran initially accepted the Mubahala challenge, but when they seek the advice of a wise man from their deputation, he rebukes them. What have you done? If Muhammad is a prophet and he invokes Allah against you, Allah would never anger him by not answering his prayers. If, on the other hand, he is a king and he were to prevail over you, he's giving a, oh my goodness, he would never spare you. And like, even if he's like a king, he's not going to spare you. Jami al-Bayan, 6, page 478. Ibn Sa'd did not give details of the deliberations, but had the leader respond to Muhammad's, we think it proper not to curse you. You may order us as you like, You may order us as you like. Oh, if you meet a covert narcissist leader, what do you say to them? Like my uncle or someone like a big dictator. You may order, very scared, going to his house. Okay, he invites you. Even you cannot say sorry. You cannot. So because then, like, who does she think? I invited her. I speak to her for 5 minutes on the telephone. I call her myself. Okay, uncle, I'm coming. Even dying here, breaking and all this, I coming. Very, very scared. Covert narcissist. Psycho. We think it proper not to curse you. You may order us as you like, and we shall obey you. Ooh, and shall make peace with you. For useful discussion in the Quran, debate with them in the better way. Okay, it come in Quran ayat, okay? Quran 29, okay. It's just notes and citations. References, no, what it? So the Prophet made agreement, I don't know, but let's go on. So the Prophet made agreement with them on these conditions. And he said, by him in whose hand is my soul, surely destruction had almost descended on the people of Najran. And if they had entered into imprecation, curse, they would have been transformed into monkeys and pigs. And there would have erupted in the valley. He himself is saying, this coming from what? Christian, oh my God, it coming from, this Q under notes, but the word, see, I read this reference. Oh, then reference is given and where Q is given in the references and this mark up. So with the Prophet made agreement with them on these conditions, meaning pay jizya, tribute. And he said, so I read monkeys and pigs becoming destruction had almost descended on the people of Najran. Becoming monkeys, destruction. You crazy? See? Sorry for the dust and all this. Oh my God. And what happened? Fire engulfing them all. Children destroyed. Rasulullah bringing Hussein in his arms, son, and we crying. The tables, now I'm looking at it and I don't know what to do. Karbala. But if you now look at this, perhaps they destroyed if they don't pay. Why Yazid's mother, Muawiyah's wife, one Christian? Why she not stop Yazid? What happened here? By the rivers of Babylon. What Muhammad himself is saying, what? See? Oh, I'm very scared. Like, Sheikh Muhammad bin Rashid. Ooh. You know what? Sorry, I don't mean to. Oh, this not a dust. It's hard. I go near. No. Oh, it's like hard when I open it. Okay. By the rivers of this Muhammad himself. Let me show you where the quotation comes. And he said, See? So the Prophet made agreement. This is very, very important because Shias crying over the wrong side and cursing Yazid wrongly. Okay, I don't, but what made them take such a stance? You know? Look, for years, Bani Qurayza, idol worshippers, Umayyah, Quraysh, pagan Arab, dirty, sick, this, that, despicable, abominable. See, by him, quotation, and he said, by him in whose hands is my soul, surely destruction had almost descended on the people of Najr. And if they had entered into imprecation, they would have been transformed into monkeys and pigs, and there would have erupted in the valley a conflagration of what? Fire. So when we read about a tenth fire abba of a baby in Karbala being set accidentally into fire, put on fire, abba, fire engulfing them all, and surely Allah. Oh, this means Yazid now prepare. Now Muawiyah, Abu Sufyan, slowly, I don't know how they prepare. That Muawiyah say I get married to a Christian. And he even allow her to be a Christian, remain a Christian. This planning is happening because right now they cannot do. Can you see it? If you believe in what is written here about the Christian Najran, what Prophet Muhammad said, not from Shia account, not coming, perhaps, right? Like this not coming. Now, how these Christians survive? Paying him tribute? Otherwise, their children are gone, not water even reaching. Drop of water. Curse. What is the curse of Allah? And if Muhammad curse you, but what he may have, he could have put their whole village on fire. I hear the city scream far away. I can hear the city. Very, very scared. So they have to now just, you know what you call that, give, like, politely say, okay, yeah, Muhammad, you are true prophet. But because we love our religion, our people, we cannot, so can we pay you and even take the tribute, jizya? That even Shias agree. And then how Muawiyah marry a Christian lady and Yazid born. And what are we told? Only we are told that Yazid say are taking revenge of Jang-e Badr, Battle of Badr, to Bibi Zainab and Imam Zain al-Abidin in the Darbar of Yazid in Damascus. What he taking where? Imam Ali in Kufa? Perhaps, yeah, not at Damascus. In Damascus, Muawiyah. Or when Imam Ali become caliph, then he head of the Kufa. He in Kufa. So, you see? So can you see from this point of view? Because now it's making sense why they so going crazy cruel against them, but that they have a good valid reason because this man is crazy. So from both sides, tali happening, clap happening, both hands. You cannot say that Muhammad completely innocent. You see? And even if he was a true prophet, would he have done this kind of a thing? Now, your minds open to this cult where we were so emotionally brainwashed that we only see one side, and we think we're true, we see both sides, Umayyad side, this side, but what we don't see is Christian side properly put by the Wikipedia International. Oh, you see, Ex-Shia not give like this. Ex-Shia give how Imam Musa calls him, talking to Imam Harun al-Rashid, and how Imam Raza talking, saying what this discussion happening, and a little bit giving here and there. But like this, not giving both sides. When you open both sides and you explain what this curse mean, what is the meaning of this bahal, scarcity of water, drought coming, this coming, that coming. But actually maybe God not. Now I'm thinking that the Shias embrace yourselves, 12 Shias. Because even Ismail is not doing so much like 12 Shias of Indo-Pak, and Indo-Pak doing even more. Perhaps not even Iran doing so much of Karbala, Muharram, Safar. Maybe, but Indo-Pak most commemorating in Muharram. Now you're getting it? So my case, Yazid versus Hussein, or Hussein versus Yazid, or Hashmaitsu, and this meant Prophet. Because I see now signs of psychopathy. He's not true prophet. Previous videos I've shown like how from the previous scriptures even, what if he taking from those scriptures like what Jesus Christ has said and what coming in the scripture, although I don't even believe in the Abrahamic scriptures, and these prophets and authority being sent down, but they're like that, taking and putting in the Quran and making his children important and all this, his family important. And then we think, oh, look in the previous scriptures. But he did blame the Christians and the Jews for distorting and using their religion and exploiting and using their religion for, the worldly life and all this, exploiting their religion and for convenience and for comfort. It is said in the Quran that Allah said that the books they distorted and all this. You already know about this. But there's sometimes he say in the Quran, His Allah that, this you did not have knowledge of the ark. Of course it's written in the form of scriptures. Why can't you put? But if you put it like this, yeah, God knows it's a mom. Maybe the Christians and the message coming to us in a subliminal way, like a read between the lines now and see. And then now tell me why I'm not a Shia. Because I want to wash my hands of the blood of innocent people at that time who were with Rasulullah, Fatima, Ali, Hassan, Hussein even included his young child, grandson. What a mad person, for money, fame, all this. And he's saying, no. These were the pious ones that Allah want to bring high in position, like masters who will guide you to the right way. And no guardian should you even take. It's written. But in the Quran it is written, believers also, this prophet and the righteous among the believers, and believers are guardians of one of another. So who are they, creatures or angels? That's why these people questioning him, what are you saying? Confused. But if you say, what are you saying? Then he put the blame and he add, they are mocking me and I'm so sad. I'm the true prophet and you're telling me that what I, do all this, right? Mocking me and saying I fabricated it. You people, you fabricate 10 words like this. and what not. I mean, I don't even come close to what the Quran verses have been saying against. And this Quran surviving for years should be banned. But no, it is good that people should find out. I bringing out discrepancies and showing you from the Quran ayats one by one. I mean, little by little, here and there. I could not do it on every verse, but you know what I mean, what I do. So this slow process going on, 1400 years it took, and me it took some 40 years or so, 50 years, no, 45 years or something, to realize in what madness I am, and in what cruelty for ages to come. Against Christians, Jews, idol worshippers, atheists, you name it, enjoyers of worldly people, all innocent at the time of Muhammad. So thank you very much. I will come later.